All right, man, let's throw this thing in a 9x12 canvas. Then you want to import a picture of yourself, your family member, your dog. It doesn't matter. Just throw something in there. Afterwards, you want to lower that opacity to 30% so you can easily trace over your image. All right, so we're gonna do something a little different this time. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna create a container. On the inside of the container, we're gonna have our illustration. On the outside, it's just gonna be the regular picture. Of course, I stick with the 6B sketch pencil. It's the easiest to use and it's already built in Procreate. Yo, I appreciate the love and support so far. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. We're on the road to 10,000. Let's get it. So for sketching, don't think too much about it. You're just trying to grab the shapes of your face. Make sure you can get as close as possible, but there's no pressure. Just do it. All right, now that we've gotten our sketch laid out, we then want to focus on our outline layers. So what you do here, create a new layer, put it above your sketch layer. Then you want to select your studio pen brush. That is the go-to brush I use for all of my outlines. It's easy and it's built in Procreate. All right, for the outline layer, you want to be consistent, smooth, and patient. If you rush, it's going to show. So make sure you lock in and you do it right. All right, now we're gonna fill in some color. To do this, you wanna drop a layer below your outline layer and you wanna use the studio pen brush, the same brush you use to do your outlines. You can choose to use something else, but I prefer to use the studio pen brush. Keep your brushes very simple in this process. You don't wanna overdo it.
So tell me what you're thinking of.
love. So tell me what you're thinking of.
Also, we're gonna build this thing out. So we're gonna add different layers, different colors. We don't wanna have everything on one layer. One color layer is not gonna be good enough in this situation. We wanna break them down into several color layers so we can manipulate them the way we want to.
Show me how to get love. So tell me what you're thinking of.
Show me how to get love, love, love.
Now we're gonna add some shadows to give it some depth, some range, slight realism here, I guess. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a new layer, put that layer on top of your color layer, create a clipping mask, and use like a darkish purple, even a blue for your shadows, and just drop that opacity to about 30%, just like we did our first image. And then you should be able to be good from there. Also, make that blend mode multiply. That'll help as well. If you guys have any questions, concerns, you're confused, please leave comments below. I'm willing to engage with anybody who wants to learn more, or you may feel stuck or don't know what to do. There is no perfect way to do this, but I'll give you my best interpretation on each step that I'm doing in this video. right, now we're just gonna add some highlights. What we wanna do is have a illustrative look and feel, of course, but we do wanna add this rim light to the opposite side of the shadows on my face. This is really interesting because it's such a small area to work from. You can still get this high quality looking illustration if you do it the right way. You know, there's so many different opportunities to learn this stuff, whether it's through light theory, shadow manipulation, all these different methods and concepts that come along with it. But at the same time, you should be able to have fun, understand that this is not a realistic drawing, but you still want to have somewhat realistic qualities in your illustration. So yeah, you just want to be mindful while you're working through that process. All right, so this is kind of like a fun thing you can add if you want to, but I thought it'd be super interesting to add into this video. You want to add a creative background, something to give your illustrative section some pop, some versatility, some color, however you want it to, you know, however you want to look. So here I had a picture of an old doodle that I had from a couple years ago, and I thought it'd be really cool to integrate that within the colored section of my drawing. So check it out. You can mimic this style or you can do your own thing, but I thought it'd be super interesting to bring it back into the fold of how I do my illustration work as a whole. And that concludes our video for today. I want to say thank you guys for watching the video to the end. I greatly appreciate the love and support. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave that in the comment section. I'm here to engage and help you out. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. I think that'll be great for the growth of the channel. And also I'll be able to create more videos, stuff that's more functional. Everyone can get involved and engaged. Also give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. But thank you again for the support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.